The boy and the girl sitting in a wheelchair were insisting on going inside the company, but the security guard wasn't letting them in. Just then, Madame Linda arrived and started watching them. The security guard said angrily, "How many times did I tell you? You can't go inside." The disabled girl said worriedly, "We came to find our dad. Why won't you let us in?" The guard replied in a harsh tone, "How could your dad possibly be upstairs?" At that moment, Madame Linda stepped forward and asked, "What's going on here?" The guard explained, "Madam, these two insist on going inside to look for their dad. They've been coming here for days, and no matter how much we send them away, they refuse to leave." Linda turned toward them and said kindly, "Little brother, little sister, what's your father's name?" Tina answered quickly, "My dad's name is Max." The guard immediately said, "Hey, don't talk nonsense. Max is the husband of our chairperson." Michael replied, "We're not lying. Max is our dad." Linda then said, "All right, standing here at the company entrance isn't suitable for such a discussion. It's hard to explain everything here. Come with me to the office." The three of them walked inside the company. Inside the office, Linda sat down and said, "You just said your father's name is Max, and you can't reach him. So why can't you contact your dad? Tell me honestly." Tina said, "We're telling the truth. Our dad really is Max. After mom and dad separated, we haven't been in touch with dad for a long time. Now even his phone is switched off." Linda asked gently, "So why are you looking for him now?" Michael explained, "My sister and I both got admission into university, but we didn't have money for the fees, and while playing, my sister injured her leg. We also need money for her treatment." Hearing this, Madame Linda said, "All right, I understand. I'll call him right now and ask him to come here so we can talk face to face." Linda picked up her phone, dialed Max, and called him to the office. A little while later, Max entered the office and said, "Honey, what happened? Why did you call me so urgently?" Linda pointed toward the kids and asked, "Do you know these children?" Max looked at them, shocked. "You two, you're here?" Linda, now angry, said, "So they really are your children?" Max lowered his head. "Yes, they are my kids." Tina looked at her dad and said, "Dad, we both got accepted into university." She took the admission files out of her bag and showed them to him. Max looked at the files and happily said, "Wow, these are top universities. You two have really made your dad proud." Then he asked, "But why didn't you go to school? And Tina, what happened to your leg?" Tina said tearfully, "We didn't have the money for the fees, and we needed a lot of money for my treatment too. That's why we couldn't go." Max immediately said, "Don't worry, I'll pay your tuition fees, and I'll handle Tina's treatment as well." Then he turned to his wife and said, "Give me the money I gave you earlier." But his wife ignored him and silently walked away. A little while later, Max handed a large amount of money to Tina and said, "Here, this is $100,000. Go deposit your fees right away, and if it's not enough, take this card too. The password is 6 zeros. There's another $100,000 inside." Just then, Linda came forward and said, "My husband gave you money without my permission. Give it back." Tina became sad and returned the money. The brother and sister started leaving. After they left, Linda said to Max, "They are your children. You're sending them away with only money. Where will they go? Do one thing. Bring them home with you." Max asked happily, "You won't mind?" Linda smiled. "Why would I mind? In fact, I'd be happy." Hearing this, the brother and sister walked back in and said, "Mom, so friends, how did you like today's story? Out of 10, how many points would you give it?"